2023, a year etched in memory. With record-breaking rain, snow, and disastrous flooding, 2023 was a roller coaster that delivered both relief and fresh challenges to the entirety of the Golden State. Throughout it all, I have been continually inspired by the unwavering dedication of our coalition members and valued partners. They navigated the challenges of both extreme drought and unprecedented rainfall within a single water year. Together, we accomplished remarkable feats in raising awareness about our region's water needs and complexities. We expanded our collaborative efforts, forming vital partnerships and reaching out through various channels to shed light on critical issues. These ranged from CEQA reform and Colorado River to Delta conveyance, water reuse, and desalination. In the process, we fostered common ground among diverse stakeholders. For us, the core mission remains crystal clear: educate to advocate for policies and investments that bolster water security across the region. Now, let's turn to our esteemed partners to uncover the highlights of this remarkable year.
The piece of water news that worried me the most this year were the impending water use efficiency regulations. What we were concerned about is the impact to our retailers in terms of implementing those guidelines, and then also the impacts of affordability to our customers.
Ultimately, we have to have a balance in how we invest in infrastructure, invest in conservation, and maintain our water supplies. And so affordability needs to be forefront in our conversation. We're talking about infrastructure projects.
Californians, and I think people all over the country, have had this fallacy that we're a state of abundant natural resources, when we all know the stark reality is that millions of Californians, particularly those most vulnerable, are in very, very dire straits as it pertains to access to clean, affordable water.
I worry about how we're going to find water to meet our needs in the cities, but I particularly worry about ag. I worry about grandchildren now that I have them. Where are they going to get these water supplies?
Being from Southern California, I'm always worried about when's the next drought, long-term drought is going to hit.
Every time we go through these drought cycles, it really depicts some of the infrastructure that we need and some of the education and awareness that we need.
That just because we have a wet year or potentially a series of wet years, that drought is something in our future and something we have to plan for. We need to have long-term vision.
There's a lot of things that we need to build. It's time that we got really serious about investing.
From a flood protection standpoint, we are not in a position to truly take advantage of these unique years.
We had some damage on our own aqueduct. There are high flows to deal with. And I think it really showed how difficult it is for the state to handle these high flows. And I don't think we've engineered for that. And I think those weaknesses showed up because we know that when we get the water, we have to find a way to catch it and put it to use and not have it do damage.
The piece of water news that worried me most in 2023 was the USGS study findings that nearly half of the tap water in the United States is contaminated with forever chemicals.
That's really going to give water utilities and wastewater utilities a challenge moving forward.
Particularly with PFAS, which impacts us in the Orange County groundwater basin.
I'd say the positive news is the fact that through this, sometimes through crisis, comes collaboration and solutions.
What gave me hope that California would not be stuck taking major shortages, all of the California parties came together, ag agencies and of course Metropolitan Water District, that joined together to stand up to the other states, and the fact that we had great support from our U.S. senators.
The collaboration that we're having now with social justice groups, Groundswell, with the water industry working together to be able to solve a lot of problems that are critical for us to really move the water industry forward.
CEQA has been weaponized by all the NIBBYs and special interest groups, and every time you turn around, there's a lawsuit for everything.
The budget trailer bill that governor signed that allowed some level of streamlining on CEQA so that we could build infrastructure better and faster in a way that we needed during these critical times. It may not be as much as we want, but every step counts.
The fact that we got that dynamic infrastructure package done that was iconic for all of us here in California, I was super hopeful that we could actually tap the federal money
I'm hopeful about the long-term benefits that we'll see from the adoption of clean energy programs and the implementation of sustainability projects.
The state's development of the direct potable reuse regulations, which we anticipate to be finalized next year, that is a real game changer for us here in California to be able to be more sustainable and resilient in our water supplies.
And we are getting beyond what people used to call the yuck factor of recycled water. Recycled water, we've been drinking it for generations, but people didn't even recognize it. Now we're getting past that.
So what gave me the most hope last year was the amount of media and news coverage around water. We saw more articles in major newspapers about water. And for our industry, that's a positive thing.
Hearing and talking to other water leaders, the connection to the state leaders, as well as federal leaders on what's going on in water is invaluable to us. So it's such an important investment that we stay with and we stay connected to the Southern California Water Coalition.
I've been a member of the Southern California Water Coalition since before it was called the Water Coalition.
The coalition has been doing a great job of sorting the wheat from the chaff.
We all have to be together. We may have different interests, different places we are, but we cannot move forward without us being together.
I would say the Southern California Water Coalition has been a mainstream, and they deliver. They bring the right people together in the right format, the right forum, and we're going to continue supporting this organization.
Now we're talking about having members from not just the water side of the industry, but also you have wastewater. They have the agricultural community. You have the elected officials. We're all working together. We all recognize that Southern California has one common goal, and that's to be water strong.
You know, there's no single agency with all the answers, but I think through open dialogue and partnerships, we can help create the future for our water industry with the help of Southern California Water Coalition.
We are so proud to be a member of the Southern California Water Coalition because, you know, it's the first two words say it all, Southern California. You know, we belong to national groups, we belong to, you know, groups of large agencies across the country, across the state, but this is Southern California, this is home.
We come from all different walks of life, from different types of organizations, and yet we have a common purpose.
You have so many brilliant minds that are coming together who are advocating for policies and for investments that are going to shape the future of our water security in Southern California.
It's really a coalition. We got people that ordinarily wouldn't even talk to each other that are constantly collaborating because the goal is to make sure water's availability for everyone.
Estoy muy orgulloso en ser parte de la Coalición de Agua del Sur de California. Representa uno de los pequeños foros que no existen típicamente en este estado, donde grupos de intereses diversos pueden unirse y tener una conversación sobre los problemas que tenemos y cómo vamos a solucionarlos.
Well, I'm proud because it originally started in Orange County. It's grown tremendously, so it is more regional now. And I think it's very important to bring all those voices throughout the region in one place.
In Southern California, we've done a great job investing in local supply development, but we also need statewide solutions to complement that. And Southern California Water Coalition has been a strong advocate for the solutions we need at the statewide level.
We've talked a lot this year about a climate resilience and resources bond. The coalition's been really involved in helping to develop the business case, form a coalition that represents the people of California, and to put forward the areas where the investments are needed most.
Projects like desalination and water storage and water recycling, all part of a major climate bond that we need to pass to change the way we manage and have access to water in California's future.
What I'm excited about in 2023 is the adoption of direct potable reuse regulations.
That is a real game changer for us here in California to be able to be more sustainable and resilient in our water supplies.
What we do in Southern California has the ability to provide a benefit not just to us, but to the entire state, as well as potentially other states too, if it reduces our dependency on water from the Colorado River. So to me, this is a win-win-win opportunity.
We leave you with this challenge.
Be part of the conversation.
Be part of the solution. Join us.
Join us.
Únete a nosotros.
Join us.
Join us.